Yeah.
My hands were too close together.
Oh, that's great.
I'm so fucking sorry. My hands were too close together. So it, like... I'm not 1000% certain if you can hear both the second larger clap that I did and the tiny little baby pat. Because I was so panicked.
Well, at least we have an intro now. Let's clap at 55.
Wonderful.
55.
No, 55, okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's get started. So last time, you guys picked up a job from Byreem, taking Ratify along with you, and then you guys made your way to the Wellaway, met with the Sidelight who guided you inside, and then investigated the murder scene, found out it was the ship who murdered these two diplomats, and now the ship has locked you in here and wants you guys at the bridge and lab. So, we are walking in a hallway. The three of you and Ratify. So yeah, I was looking at the ship, just looking at our inspiration image, and like, y'all have some distance to cover.
This is gonna be a long fucking walk.
Yeah.
So
how often do we lose gravity, by the way?
it happens probably. Well, you guys have probably been walking. I would say for 2 hours at this point.
Oh, fuck this.
Yeah. And it's only happened 2 other times.
Okay.
And it's, disconcerting, but the ship doesn't seem to be doing it on purpose.
Can we try to talk to the ship as we go, or is it kind of clear that we are on our own for this?
The ship the Wellaway has not tried verbal communication.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a couple times, I would say, where you try to pull on a door and it doesn't open, and then a terminal on the door activates and says, "Not this one," or something. But
that's fucking helpful.
Yeah, it's just been through text so far. And every once in a while, it doesn't feel great walking through this, just because every single time you pass through one of those doors that I mentioned before, that's designed to make sure that the entire ship doesn't, like, lose oxygen if the hull is pierced. Every single time all four of you pass through one of those, it closes and locks. So you guys are just being pushed forward.
Fun.
There is no retracing your steps.
Are we, like... I don't know if we'd know this for sure, but are we, like, on the edge of the ship? Like, we're walking along the wall of the ship? Or are we, like, well and deep into
You were at first.
Guts of it.
You were walking around the edge at first, but it's pushed you into more of the middle area. And it's taken you, like, up a couple flights. So you are unsure where you are.
Hey, yo, who has a directory?
Oh shit, and Kiz is invisible for this, aren't they?
Not quite invisible.
Kismit's gone from Danny Phantom to Casper, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
But, they're still, you can still see that they're there. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are, there's no hiding the fact that they are Ghost Boy. So yeah, how are you guys taking this walk so far?
I'm taking it in stride. I'm perfectly fine.
I think
I
So,
feel like
yeah,
all three of us go at once. All three of us go
uh-oh.
at once.
Oh
John
no.
can edit it.
So like we've been walking for 2 hours. Has it been 2 hours since we met Wellaway? Like that's
yeah.
how long? Or like we've been here for 2 hours?
Like, I don't know that I understand the distinction that you're making.
We were only investigating the crime scene for like a few minutes, probably. So it's probably 2 hours total.
Yeah, are any of you keeping specific time?
Probably not. I'm just trying to figure out how tired Kiz is right now.
Yeah, so you guys only spent like 10 minutes, 15 minutes investigating the crime scene. The rest of it, you guys have been walking. And it feels like you're dragging your feet based on natural gravity combining with the gravity of the Wellaway.
Yeah, this is gonna be hell on our calves. We're gonna have great me and you kids are gonna have great calves at the end of this, but...
I think...
Not for long.
I think Ratify is also taking it in stride, but you can tell that they're getting irritated. Their steps have become a bit shorter and a bit, like, harder as the time has worn on.
If it was so easy to figure out how these two idiots died by just, checking the camera footage, I feel like our presence here was a little bit more than unnecessary.
What if they couldn't get into the cameras? What if Wellaway denied them access?
Wellaway didn't seem to mind telling us anything, and we had the epitome of an outsider.
Yeah, but Ratify and I are here.
But it also seems like Wellaway has something for all of us. Do you think it was waiting on us?
Why would it know who we are? Hey, Wellaway, why do you know who we are? And Aslan's just like shouting down a hallway.
Just the muffled clinks and clanks and plinks and planks of all of your feet as you walk. The sudden but expected sound of one of these breech doors closing behind you.
I'm not a fan of how often I'm ignored today.
You are often ignored.
Ratify.
Ratify his ego, please.
I understand
What is...
that hitting you would hurt me more than it would ever hurt you. But it's almost the principle of the thing. And we will investigate that later.
What is ego?
Oh boy.
It's like a sense of self. You can either have, like, a decent, good ego, like Kiz, or you can be like a fucking megalomaniac. I'm somewhere in the middle. I have good confidence. It's like squinting.
Ratify pokes you.
Aslan slaps
Boop.
their hand.
I place myself in between Aslan and Ratify.
Aslan pouts.
Eventually, probably, I would say there's sort of a tense silence for the next mile or so.
Mile.
God.
This ship is
Oh, jeez.
this ship is huge. I don't think I can overemphasize that enough.
And they had nothing to expedite this journey. Like, this is a huge fucking ship, and no one at any fucking point thought, oh, let's put in a moving sidewalk here. Like, no, that wasn't an issue.
I feel like
that wasn't
a
a thing.
transport system.
I feel like halfway, like an hour and a half in, you find like a walking escalator, but it's going the opposite direction.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Wellaway, I know that you have the ability to change which direction this is going, and I don't appreciate the fact that you have learned sass as your first emotion.
I think it was also stopped. It wasn't actually activated, but it would be traveling in that direction. But yeah, about half an hour more of about a mile more. You guys
About a
come.
mile.
You guys are actually directed into a room instead of these endless hallways.
Is there counters here?
I mean, I'm presenting you with the door
Or, like,
first,
chairs?
but
Oh.
you guys, the blast door in front of you is closed, and one of the side doors, because you had to test them. It's not obvious which ones Wellaway has unlocked, but you tested one and it's just opened. And yeah, you look in there. It does look like there's a table and some chairs.
Does it look particularly lab-like?
Not particularly, no. But along the far wall, it does look like there's a large mirror, which you would intuit to be a one-way window.
I want to analyze before we go in.
Sure. How are you feeling? And how are you analyzing?
We've been walking for like 2 miles, right?
Like, you've been walking for... okay, wait. How long?
You can just give me miles if you'd like, or time.
The thing is, I've combined the two now, so now I have to figure out the conversion.
So now they're ingrained.
Okay. You guys, so I would say it takes the lot of you probably about 20 minutes to walk a mile. Which is a bit slow for walking a mile, however, you are also fighting this gravity.
Mm-hmm.
So...
It's a shitty incline, yeah. Incline.
It's not as bad as it could be. Y'all could be, like, fucking climbing the walls. But you're not.
Mm-hmm.
But it's probably been about 2.5 hours.
Okay. I would say Aslan is feeling a little bit kind of cocky.
Yeah?
Because Aslan thinks that they know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Just because out of game, I'm like the king of, no, I can crack this. Like, give me a little bit. Like, I can get this. And I've already been cooking on it for so long because we had that break. I feel like Aslan has condensed all of that cooking into this like 2.5 hours that we've been going. And then combined with not Aslan. I'm Aslan. Hi, Aslan. Hi. And then combined with Ratify's gentle prodding, Aslan is feeling the need to kind of like puff up your chest.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, no, fuck you. I am capable and competent at what I do.
Is that powerful or mad?
I'm gonna go with powerful because it's more of a blanket. Instead of honing in that emotion and directing it toward Ratify, Aslan is taking the analysis that they have decided Ratify has made, and kind of using it to fuel, like, no, like, I am fucking, I do know what I'm doing. You can eat shit. Kind of idea.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna go with powerful for that one.
Alright, roll me a powerful.
So, Punk, get rid of that, add that, and we're rolling. And I can't tell if I want to succeed in this or 12!
Oh!
12, okay.
3 questions.
Damn, I half hoped that I would, like, biff it a little bit. Just so I could have another moment of Aslan dealing with their insecurities. Okay.
You'll get that later.
So, yeah. Anything out of place, tried and true.
Is there anything out of place here?
I don't know, we're asking you.
Yeah. Ha ha ha. You notice nozzles on the ceiling designed to fill this room with something. You're not sure what.
Mm.
Oh, I don't like that.
Okay. And then I would like... Let's see. Enemy's true position.
I mean, in the walls is the ship.
Okay, that's fair.
I don't know what I can give you other than that.
No, I'm appreciative. I was just trying to see if there was anything with that two-sided glass.
Yeah. No, nothing in particular there.
I'm caught between best way out, best way out, best way in, best way past, because I don't like this room at all. And I want to check for, like, exits in case the nozzles start to do shit and the door locks, which is something we have no control over. But I'm also interested in a second anything out of place, because you can double up on those. Or is this going to get worse before it gets better? So what do you guys think?
I feel like best way out in past would be best, because there wasn't... I mean... I don't feel like doubling up is a smart idea right now.
Mm-hmm.
And also we already know it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
Yeah, we're at the beginning of the fucking game.
We're at the beginning of the fucking game. So I feel like finding a reliable method of escape would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then Destiny, do you have any?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Best way
idea.
in, out, past.
Okay.
Can I specify that I'm looking for ulterior exits?
You can specify one of those.
Alternative?
But, like...
Ulterior?
Alternative?
Is ulterior a word, though?
Ulterior motives is a phrase.
That's what I was thinking.
But that's, I guess...
I think it's just alternative. I don't think ulterior is a word, I'm not sure, but I don't think it is.
Oh, okay, wait. Ulterior, Ulterior, existing beyond what is obvious or admitted, intentionally hidden.
Okay.
What could there be an ulterior motive?
That is what the word that I was thinking of.
Yeah. So I guess ulterior would work anyway. Otherwise,
Yeah.
But yeah, you could specify like in out past here. But I mean, it's not going to change anything in my answer. Which is that you notice that there is a vent. I would say 3/4 up the wall near the opposite side of the room. That looks too small for anyone but Kismit to fit through.
Oh.
And also, you realize in this moment, it's literally impossible to trap Kismit.
Yeah, kids can leave at any fucking time.
Right.
Kismet can't be trapped.
God damn it, kids. Why do you have to be 4 foot, no inches tall?
I'm like 4'7", please.
You will get shorter every time I refer to
And
you.
also, I should just point out, half the party doesn't need to breathe. So if there was something going on here, I don't know.
Oh my god, right.
It seems kind of odd to try to poison you guys or something when it wouldn't
only be Aslan?
Just be me. God, why would anyone want to specifically kill Aslan?
Kismet can still,
I can't.
I guess Kismet can escape.
Kismet
This
can just leave
escape?
the room.
This session is the downfall of Aslan.
This is just Aslan finally paying for being a dick to everybody.
Madison, this is your villain arc.
Well, we were so focused on Kismet dying, we all turned a blind eye to the death of Aslan. None of us saw it coming. And yet somehow not at all surprised.
So yeah, I guess that's literally the conclusion I can come to. If y'all are trapped in here, you're the only one who it seems like would be
in actual
In
danger.
trouble.
yeah.
Huh.
Interesting.
Love that for you.
Alright, fine. Look, I don't like this room, but I have a very solid idea that none of these other doors are gonna fucking work. So we enter in twos, make sure no one's separated.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Who are the twos though?
Nose goes?
Ratify, D, Kismet,
Ratif-
Aslan.
I think Ratify and D will probably stick together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Kismet and Aslan.
Ratify and D walk through. Nothing seems to happen. Aslan and Kismet, you two walk through, and the door closes behind you.
Okay, that tracks. That tracks. Better safe than sorry.
All right, so now you're in this room. It is completely empty except for these nozzles, this table, and the window. Or the
Aslan's gonna
mirror.
throw their boomerang at the mirror.
What?
I want to break it.
Can't we just look at it first?
Roll risk.
Oh my god.
What emotion is this?
What emotion is stupid?
Right? Like, I think I'm hopeful for something. That falls under powerful again.
Yeah.
I think
Are
hopeful
you
is the
powerful?
best.
Okay.
Yeah, we're doing this with
Okay.
idiot confidence.
All right.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
I am
Beautiful.
giving the narrative opportunities to... That shit's gonna ricochet, and I need everyone to duck.
Aslan, you throw your boomerang straight at this thing, and it's like it hits concrete. Your boomerang, you can retrieve it, but until you get it repaired, is broken.
Ah,
Oh, no.
You can't throw it. You could still use it as like a melee weapon, but
Alright.
it is not throw. Like one of the halves is just broken off.
well, damn.
Mark XP.
I'm leveling up. I'll take it.
I thought someone was gonna get hurt out of that.
Not as bad as I was expecting, but I still don't like it.
Aslan just sort of sighs deeply and goes and grabs it.
The ship reverberates as if sighing. 8.
I just imagine like a long groan, like the same kind of groan as like the ship settling in the ground or something like that, but
My disappointment and sadness is felt by many. What's the next idea?
So it's not broken, right?
No, the mirror is fine.
The mirror is fine.
The mirror is golden.
So can we go, look at it?
It's a mirror.
why are we so focused on the mirror?
It's a mirror.
Because it's a mirror. Like where does it go
It's a two-way
to?
mirror.
Oh,
Either
wait, I can
Dominic
go through.
mentioned it's a two-way mirror, or it just looks like a two-way mirror.
Yeah.
I heard him say
A one-way
it
mirror.
is a two-way mirror.
A one-way mirror.
Guys,
One-way mirror.
I can
Aren't
go
all
through.
mirrors
I can.
one-way mirrors?
Those.
One-way mirror is not the name for it. Point is, that means that there's another room over there, and I wanted to get to it.
While you guys are staring at this mirror, D9, Ratify, notice that there is a terminal a screen that reveals itself in one of the walls. And it says, take a seat. Relax.
I go over to the terminal and I type in why are we
It's
here?
just a screen. But
Oh, it's just the screen, okay. Wait, can I try and jack in and see if I can communicate with Wellaway through that
Wellaway
screen?
just says, I can hear you.
Why are we here? In this room in particular.
Take a seat. It repeats. If you would like to continue, take a seat.
I mean, I've walked for the past 2 hours. I'm gonna sit. Yeah.
What are we continuing to? Also, do we have a choice to not continue?
Probably, but that just means we're probably going to be stuck here.
That doesn't sound like a
That doesn't sound
huge
like a choice.
Yeah.
I sit down.
Ratify sits down.
Aslan
I mean-
sits on the table because they're gay.
Cool. That's enough for me.
I assume that's enough for
Okay.
Wellaway as
So
well.
wait, by sitting on the table, do you mean sit on the table with their legs dangling off, or cross or crisscross on the table, or
Crisscross applesauce.
as
Yeah,
soon as you
one
sit
arm
down,
is propped on a knee, kind of holding the chin.
as soon as you sit down, the spouts in the corners activate and starts releasing a silvery substance into the air.
Son of a bitch, no.
And all of a sudden, the room is filled with the veil. It is a localized version of the veil, so it is not connected to your phone or whatnot. But your HUDs and stuff pop back up. Kismet, your ghostness gets covered up. And then everyone is transported into a purely digital space.
Dominic, you've given me a fear of the color silver.
Everyone is transported into a purely digital space. And I will go through you one by one. But you are being tested.
Oh boy.
I don't like tests. Listen to him get his fucking notes up. Alright, who's going first?
It's a real decision, you know? And then I'm like, oh, double thinking, do I really want this? Do I really want that? You know.
Is this the day that people die?
Yeah.
What's happening? You know,
You're in a
looking
digital.
at
Hey,
it.
you're in a digital space. Aslan. You find yourself. Everything around you is wireframe. You can see the outlines of things pretty solidly, but nothing has any real color or shape beyond their outlines.
Including myself? Or...
No, you can still see yourself perfectly fine. You are standing on a stage at a podium. There is a microphone on the podium. And you have what looks like some notes, but you can't see what's written on them because of the aforementioned wireframeness. And before you is a medium-sized crowd of people who are all, it looks like, mimicking reporters. A couple of them have cameras. Some of them are like taking notes down. And you are kind of jolted. It feels like you're in the middle of a like press conference.
Am I the mayor?
And one of them stands up and goes, Mr. Copper, how many people have you murdered yourself personally?
Was that on my notes? Oh, fuck. Hold on. How personal do you count personal? Like, do you mean like my weapon, my hand? Or like I was just kind of there, like, participating?
How many people have you killed?
I don't know. You don't count that shit. It's depressing. Probably like, 5 years. Annual. Maybe like 60, yeah. Yeah. Oh god. Who knows 60 times 5?
And we will cut for a moment. Over to Kismet.
All right.
Kismet, things are a bit more colored in for you than they are for Aslan. Everything still has a kind of wireframe-ness to it, but along with that, everything also has a shade that is like, everything's like monocolor, right?
Okay.
And you are 2 feet tall inside of a kitchen.
Yeah, it's not so different.
And you have the sudden impulse that you need to make a cake. Something that I'm certain you have done many times.
Oh, that's not even just a Kismet thing. That's a Sterling thing.
I know. But you are to make a cake. What do you do?
Sir, yes, sir. What kind?
Preference?
Pineapple upside down cake. Spine apple. Make it
Sure.
space.
What is the first step in making your cake?
The first step that I would take would be preheating the oven, but
yeah. So as you go over to the oven, you realize you're not tall enough to reach the knobs.
No. Are there any stools? Can I use my little grabby hands to get up on to the stove?
Yeah, it looks like you could try to climb, but apart from that, there's no like stools or anything.
Let me up. I need to bake.
All right. How are you feeling as you try to climb?
Okay, let me look at the emotion wheel for desperate.
Could be scared. Could be
frustrated.
Could be anger.
I mean, it's not so much as like helpless under scared or.
Are you like
stuff.
eager?
Is it eager?
It's probably under joyful, like a creative, excited, playful.
Yeah, like
those.
Like that eager sort of, let me at it!
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, roll me a joyful.
Rolling a joyful. Bink.
That's a failure.
Oh, that's a 5.
Tasty.
Not excited enough.
That's not a good cake.
Mark XP.
You're just trying to preheat the oven now. You're gonna accidentally fall and pull the oven door down off its hinges.
You manage to make it to the top. But as you do, you start to feel worried that maybe you should be trying to make a different kind of cake.
Oh no, okay. What day is it? Should I be making a spice cake?
D.
Yes.
You are standing in a moderately sized room. There is a wireframe man in front of you. And in between you, there is what looks like just like a stand, that you would like display something on or something. And on it is a moderately sized box full of bounty balls.
Oh.
This wireframe man And I should mention the bouncy balls are in full. You can perfectly see the like seams on the bouncy balls, like they are perfectly.
The bouncy balls are fully rendered.
They are fully rendered bouncy balls. Yes. And this man lifts his hand and smacks the side of the box, knocking it off the stand, and the bouncy balls go bouncing all over the room. And the man just states, you don't hear him say words, but it feels like he says, pick them up.
It's your mess.
You must help me. Pick them up.
I look and evaluate the scene more.
You're just in a room. You're just in a room.
I'm in a room. Just in a room with bouncy balls.
Yeah. They're, still kind of rolling around at this point.
Why must I help you?
It is what you believe that you must help me.
True.
Prove it.
But why this?
Prove your belief.
Prove my belief. Fair enough. I go and start picking up bouncy balls.
All right. Aslan. It feels like nothing seems to change, but it feels like you've been talking for another half hour already. And then another reporter stands up and asks you, Mr. Copper, what is your biggest regret?
Talking to you. What is happening?
And as you say that, the entire room seems to shake and you feel a migraine start to set in.
Ooh.
Mr. Copper, what is your biggest regret?
What the fuck is happening? Who are you? What are you doing?
You will answer. We need your answer.
Why? I'm gonna try to leave the stage. I'm gonna shove at the podium to try to tip it over. I don't know if it's solid. I'm try to fucking leave.
I need you to roll risk. How are you feeling?
Terrified. What the fuck is happening? So hold on, I have to mark the powerful and then immediately get rid of the... I didn't do this before. Yeah, okay. And then I could do it backwards. There we go. And that is a 9.
That is a mixed success. You feel it feels like someone just smacked you in the side of the head with a hammer. But your resolve is strong enough that it doesn't hurt you any.
Mm-hmm.
However, the podium starts to tip, but then it erects itself back straight. And then you are forcibly placed back in front of the podium. And one of the reporters stands up and says, again, not like with actual words, you just understand their meaning. Says, Mr. Copper, we must figure out your character if we are to proceed. What is your biggest regret?
I didn't say bye to my ma.
There's a low hum in the crowd as they continue to talk. Kismet, how's it going in the kitchen?
Have I got the oven started?
Yeah, you certainly do.
Wonderful. I'm probably not going for a pineapple upside down cake now. What would I be going for? I mean, a spice cake. Yeah, spice cake.
Okay. You've got the oven starting to preheat. It looks like there's a counter across from you. You could try to jump to it, maybe, or get down and try to climb that too. But it has some like basic utensils and stuff. I don't know what all you need, but there's a cupboard near you and there's a fridge and whatnot.
So I need flour from the fridge.
Okay.
And probably
Flour
milk.
from the fridge?
It helps
Yeah, flour can go rancid.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like some bugs live in flour, and if you put it in the fridge, they don't like hatch in the flour and they don't infest it. So
Oh, interesting. Oh.
Yeah.
Turns out keeping things cold, even if they are considered shelf stable, keeps it fresh longer.
yeah.
I feel educated. Please continue.
And then sugar, probably brown sugar, milk? I forget if milk goes in. I need so many spices. I need cinnamon now.
Yeah, so I guess, like, are you going for the spices first, or are you going for the fridge first?
Spices first. I want to make sure I have everything.
Yeah, you open the cupboard, and you're already on the counter, so it's not that huge of an issue to grab them. But yeah, just, like, it seems to be the spices are actually... They're not all mixed together, as you might need, but it looks like exactly the spices that you need are here in the cupboard.
Beautiful.
So I assume you grab them?
Yes, very much so.
All right. How are you getting over to the other counter?
I'm guessing that I still have... oh, wait. Are the spices... How big are they?
They're not that big.
Compared to my me.
You could hold... It's going to take one of your arms to hold these spices.
Okay, so I'm going to try and leap.
You size up the gap, and as you seem to size it up, the gap... You don't actually see it get bigger, but it feels like it gets bigger. You know?
Perhaps I won't. Like, that's not a Sterling going, maybe I shouldn't do this. That is a Kismit going, scary.
All right.
So get down and climb from the other side.
You hop down off the counter, perfectly fine. But as you go to place the spices on the counter, because you can still kind of reach that high, the counter seems to get taller and you can no longer reach to put the spices up.
I hate it here. I mean, should I climb back up to, put them up there?
I don't know. You could try climbing this.
Is that what you want from me, Ringmaster?
It seems to be like one of the cupboards, down here seems to swing open.
Oh.
And on the inside of the cupboard, there is a fully rendered screen. And on it, it just says 2 words: "Prove yourself."
I mean, I'm only making a cake. What is there to prove? Sure. So Kiz wants to put the spices down before he tries to get anything else, because I have a little bit of a feeling that the sugars are going to be an issue. So, gonna climb again.
Are you climbing up where, like, the utensils and stuff are? Or...
Does utensils include bowl?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. How are you feeling?
I think a bit more confused now.
Mm-hmm.
So that would go under scared. Like, what is there to prove? I'm just a little baby boy making a little baby cake.
That's an 8. That's a mixed success. Yeah, so you managed...
Hey, yo!
You managed to get up there and, however, let's see here. What do I have?
Oh no.
It's just the thing, I don't say that just because, yeah. Yeah, you managed to get up there, but it feels like every time you size up this kitchen, it seems to be getting bigger, or are you getting smaller? It's unclear. But you get up here, right? But it feels like everything is just trying to consume you with how big it's getting.
I mean, this just sounds like my day-to-day anxiety, but...
Yeah. D9, how's it going?
Hi, I'm picking up bouncy balls.
Yeah, I would say at this point you've probably picked up all the bouncy balls. And you've collected them back in this box. And as soon as you put the box back down on the stool, they just vanish. And in its place, instead, is a slightly larger box full of marbles. And just like before, the man rears back his hand and smacks the side of the box, and it goes tipping. And now there are what feels like hundreds of marbles rolling across the floor. And again, the sense posed pick them up.
Why?
You must help me.
I must help you. All right. Then let's both pick them up. I'm going to help you. I'm not going to do this for you.
The wireframe man seems to be it kind of like cocks its head slightly, like kind of amused. But then it bends down and starts picking up the marbles.
I also pick up marbles.
All right.
I guess.
Aslan, how's it going?
This is bullshit that I'm here being interrogated for my past sins while Kismit gets to make a cake and D986 is making a friend and picking up marbles.
I also just want to say that it seems like my segments are very brief.
Aslan is causing me a lot of problems, and Kismet's is a little more complicated, is all I would say.
All right. Okay.
That tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how are you doing, Aslan? You feel exhausted now, by the way. It feels like you've been talking for hours.
Aslan is very... I think Aslan's getting, like, sad.
Yeah?
Like, I think that this is... I know I've, like, logically only answered 2 questions, but the first one was, how many people have you killed? Which Aslan said, you don't count, that's depressing, but had to give a number. And then, what's your biggest regret? They didn't get to say goodbye to their moms.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like they're just, like, being forced to kind of be a lot more open than they want to be at all.
Yeah.
So I think it's, like, kind of leaning heavily on the podium a little bit and trying to, like, find a way to get some sort of power back, but feeling, like, largely hopeless.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just... Literally, I can't run away.
Well, on that note, actually... another person stands up from the crowd, and they project to you, Mr. Copper, what would you do with all the power in the world?
Why would I... What?
If you had all the power in the world, Mr. Copper, what would you do with it?
Does anything need to be done? Like, I mean... What's on the fucking docket? It would be impossible to get that and not have things that already need fixing or something, or like maybe look for someone more qualified.
Do you not have goals, Mr. Copper? What is it what do you wish to achieve?
Who the fuck are you? I shouldn't have to be answering this shit. I don't know any of you. What is happening? We want a fucking ship. Where's the ship? Wellaway. Wellaway, you're fucking here. Get here. Talk to me. I ain't saying shit without Wellaway.
I think all of the people kind of blur, and in their place is just one wireframe figure, kind of bulky at the shoulders. They have a long cloak around them that has just a head poking out of it. You can't see their feet, but they're standing there. Even standing near them, you feel an immense sadness.
Now, I don't appreciate being talked at and interrogated by a bunch of fuckers I don't know. So my name is Aslan Kappa. I use he, they pronouns. Who are you?
The Wellaway.
I'm here to make some money and to figure out who killed some fuckers, which I've done. Why are you here?
And I think just the sadness intensifies. Can you mark one spike in sad, Aslan? Just as this emotion like waves off onto you.
Like give myself a little X?
Yeah,
or just
give yourself a
spike
little.
sad?
No, don't spike. Just give yourself an X.
Okay.
And let's move over to Kismit.
Damn, these robots really do be feeling, huh?
Why do you keep giving robots depression, Dominic? You've had 2 robots who you can give emotions to, and you've given them both depression. What are you projecting? Never mind, we've already established that we're totally not projecting our fears and anxieties. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's at the top, Madison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the headliner. A bunch of 20-somethings totally not projecting.
Totally not.
It feels like the work gets done in a blur. In fact, you seem to regain knowledge of yourself as you're heaving this extremely massive door to the oven closed with the batter inside. Unless I'm mistaken, and this is not a cake that this is a cookable cake.
This is a cookable cake.
Okay, so you are cooking the cake currently. I just had to make sure because I know you know a bunch of wild fucking cakes.
That's fair.
But yeah, you've just closed this door.
I should have made an ice cream cake.
Maybe. And there is this just... Like, you look up and you have no idea how you're going to get this cake out once it's done. It looks like the oven stands 2 stories tall.
Jesus.
And there's just this immense size. But everything seems to be rippling weirdly. And just a question is projected to you. How much more can you do?
I feel like I can do a lot more. I mean, I'm trying my best, and as hard as things have been, nothing's really gone too badly yet. I got the cake in there.
And I think, just this sense of, it's not pride. It's sort of, it's this sort of, pleased sense seems to wash over your the area. I guess it's hard to describe because it's a feeling, but
That's fair.
it just seems to wash over you and this area. D9.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. You feel tired? And that's not something you normally feel. That's not like a thing that you feel. You feel tired.
Yeah.
After picking up all this stuff.
And sleepy.
And
Tired robo.
And the figure places the last marble into the box, and then sets the stool thing, the thing just back upright, and you set the box on it, and it vanishes.
Mm-hmm.
And then it reappears again, and on it are 2 guns. And the figure picks one. The figure picks one up, gestures for you to do the same, and you realize that next to you there is a figure who is restrained, has a bag over their head, and the thought is projected to you. Help me.
Well,
Remember
let's
when it was
see.
just bouncy balls?
What?
Remember when it was just bouncy balls? Remember when that was fun?
Yeah, this escalated very quickly. No.
But you must help me.
I'm not going to allow someone to die, whether they be ones and zeros or flesh and blood.
I think the figure raises their gun to shoot them.
I stand in their way.
I think just based on the positioning, you would actually need to like push them out of the way because it's point blank.
Yeah, I try and push them out of the way. I try and get in between the figures.
All right. How are you feeling?
Scared.
Fair.
Not gonna lie.
Scared. Yeah. All right. Roll me a scared.
It's normal scare roll. Here we go.
That's an 8. That's a mixed success. Let's see. I think
What was I even rolling?
you're rolling. It was risk. A lot of this is risk because this is weird situation.
Right.
I think you shove this man out of the way and stand in between them, and very quickly the man straightens and puts the gun to your head and says, "Would you rather die instead?"
I will not allow you to just hurt them.
Would you rather die than let them die?
If that's what it takes.
And again, that sense of like accomplishment, maybe, seems to fill you and the room. And then with a jolt, all of you wake up as the veil fades from this room. And you are placed back in your own bodies.
Aslan stands up immediately.
And the door opens.
Hey,
Out of here. We're leaving.
Aslan,
We're
are
going.
you okay?
That was bullshit.
What did you?
I don't know
What did
what
you
you guys
see?
had to deal. I don't think that is the most important thing we need to focus on. I think the most important thing is getting the fuck out of here.
I mean, I made a cake. It sounds like something very bad
You got to
happened.
make a cake? What the fuck, Wellaway? Aslan is gonna go, like, stand by the terminal. What the fuck was that, then?
I mean, I was really
turned
small.
to ratify. I turned to ratify and ask what they experienced.
Ratify seems a little dejected. And if it, how do you describe a robot being shy? They're like, they kind of cross their arms, and they're like, my anger got the better of me.
Ah. Hmm. I just leave the room kind of quiet.
Aslan, as you scream at this thing, at this monitor, it says, I tested Ratify's temper. I tested Kismit's resolve. I tested D986's willingness to help. I tested your potential. You may move along.
I'm already out and going down the hall.
Yeah. Ratify is right behind you.
Kiz is still with Aslan.
I'm somewhat visibly shaken up a little bit.
You can make expressions. Ratify can't really. So
I mean, I do have the capacity to be scared, so I guess that also means that D9 has like the concern of self-preservation.
Yeah.
So to put that on the line really freaked her out.
Yeah. Aslan, Kismet, how's it going? Those two are moving out into the hallway.
I guess we follow. I am dissatisfied with that answer.
You should leave. You should probably give the Wellaway like a 1 star on Yelp.
I was just about to say.
and describe your experience.
Fucking bad.
Fucking potential. But fucking what? I think definitely Aslan is getting into like the grumpy sort of defensive, like, this is far too vulnerable. Like, I am not pleased with whatever this is.
Aslan is Aslan's a very defensive person, and the Wellaway forced you to open up.
Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like especially Aslan is not a fan of the idea of testing their potential. Because I think that's something that they kind of ditched the idea of in general.
Mm-hmm.
And so now they're just like, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. So they're going to grab Kismet's like bicep and kind of like out of the room, but is going to make a conscious effort to not like be aggressive in the grabbing of the bicep. Just like a quick grab and we are escaping.
Yeah.
We are fleeing.
All right. Fun.
you shut the fuck up.
Just little character thing real quick. I feel like when you grab Kiz's bicep, he just moves down to your hand, and just like tries to reassure you.
Aslan like absolutely takes the hand.
Wonderful.
D986 was played by Destiny. Kismit Ventry was played by Sterling. Aslan Copper was played by Madison Price. Music and narration by Dominic Nauman. You can check out our Twitter at _BOD_cast. If you enjoyed the show, positive reinforcement, a review or follow of some kind, depending on your service of choice, would mean a lot to us and motivate me to keep spending too many hours planning, playing, and producing the show. Thank you for listening. And I tested your fuck. What am I even looking for in terms of
Your
I
fuck.
tested your fuck.
I tested your fuck. Turns out you
Damn it,
are
Wellaway, I'm
Aries.
ace. You know that wasn't gonna work well for me.